Throughout the years, there were times in my life where I think probably I was being called when I look back on it now. And when I graduated from high school, I did consider it, but just didn't go with it. I taught for 3 years, decided I wanted to do something different. At that point, I considered it at that point, but went back to graduate school. A couple of times when I was working, I considered it and just took a different direction. I had been working at St. Joseph's in Des Moines, and the diocese doing some stuff with the worship director, Jim Bott, at the time. And it just felt like I was being called to do more than that. So I had actually looked at doing into the diaconate a couple of times. So we went through the diaconate program, got ordained. I just wasn't as thrilled with it as everybody else seemed to be. I was talking to my spiritual director at that time and kind of explaining things to him. And also at that time, I had gotten laid off from my job. He mentioned that, well, maybe being laid off might be a sign. And so I did some praying, some discerning about it, and that was when I thought, well, I would see about, if the diocese would consider, at my age, a possible vocation. I was talking to a cousin and telling her what I was going to do, and she said, well, being laid off could have possibly been a 2x4 experience. And she said, being laid off could have been God, whacking me upside the head with a 2x4 telling me to listen to him this time. So the diocese accepted me as a seminarian. I really would like to be out in a rural parish or parishes. I really enjoyed being out in Shelby County because I grew up on a farm, so it's kind of like being, back home, if you would.